Hey there, so welcome to starting the process of coding a website. And what we're actually looking at right now is the district's website, and we're going to start coding some stuff. May not look as fancy as this when we're done, but believe it or not, all websites are still fundamentally the same thing. This here is your browser, and your browser is simply something that reads special text files. The text files have everything that's on this page, plus a bunch of code that says show it in a certain way. And that's what's really behind a website. I'll show you. When you right click on it and you see something called view page source, right? What that is this. And when you see a browser, the browser doesn't read this. It doesn't get this page. The browser gets this, all of this to make this page. And it writes all of this information in to the browser, and the browser looks at all of these tags. See these little brackets right here? These are called tags. Whenever you see the tag that looks like this, the less than sign followed by the greater than sign, those are all individual tags that give instructions to the browser. The browser is not part of the computer, it's a computer software program. It reads that stuff, it displays it very fast. And that's why when you open up a new web page, you say to it, when I go over here to Bell Schedule, for example, I say, go get me that web page. Now the browser is loading all of that information and very quickly loaded that information. You see how fast that page came in? Well, the computer read this in the time you saw. This is what it read in that second. And that's how that goes. Now, you're not going to write that stuff today. You're not going to actually write something quite that complicated by the end of this unit. But can you do that eventually? Absolutely. And today, we're going to take a look at how that works. So first of all, let's go to Coding Room. And in Coding Room, you're going to open up challenge 3.6.3 to be sure you know what we're talking about. When you go, let's go right to it, and right to all of your assignments. Let's open up your assignments right in here, right? And you open up, I'm going to open up the student preview of 6.3.3, right? And you go down to the bottom, sorry about my little thing, it says open assignment workspace, right? Click on open assignment workspace, and it gives you the assignment workspace. And look at what we have. We have a fairly simplified version of a web page. It really is a legitimate web page. This is what the page is reading. And you have all this information in there. Now, right here it says view web page. If I want to look at this in a browser in Coding Rooms, I go down here to view web page, and I click this little box right here, and I jump it out. And there's my web page right there. Good morning, world. I'm so pleased you are here. Well, this is Good Morning World. This is H3. So I guess these H3/H3 tags are giving me Good Morning World. And then it says, I'm so pleased you are here. And you have some P and /P. And then you have EM/EM. And then you have strong/strong. And over here you have pleased behind the EMs and strong/strong. So I guess that has something to do with paragraph text. Well, how do you know? Remember when I gave you MrTush.com? MrTush.com right here is the class website, and I've given you links to it, right? And if you remember, the first thing I showed you was something called the page skeleton. And in the page skeleton, I gave you, let me move myself over here. I gave you this basic page structure, right? Where I have the head and /head. There's a title in between it, right? All this code, just like this. Well, if I look back at my page, head/head. And then there's that thing called title in between them, just like we have here. And then body/body, just like we have in here, body/body. And then there's H's and P's. Well, all of this, HTML is the first thing and the last thing on the page, head, title, body. Whenever you write it, HTML has to be the first and last, and then head, body. Remember, the head has to finish, and then the body has to finish. And they go in order. The title goes inside of it. Okay, study that because it's a certain order that has to go in. But I put in my code, and my code will work. It will actually work for you. So I want to look at my web page again. I go right to this button. It pops open here. Good morning, world. I'm so pleased that you're here. Now, what happens? It says there's on this first content, right? This is the page we're working on. What if I change it right now? My code says H3. And I got Good Morning World. And it says that I could pick levels 1 to 6. So let's figure something out. This is called iterative development. What if I want to change this to an H1, just for kicks and giggles? So I'll go in here and I'll change it to an H1. Change it to H1 here. change it to H1 here. What happens to Good Morning World? It gets a lot bigger. Let's go to the other extreme, because it says I can go from H1 to H6. So I was at H3 and I went to H1 and it made it bigger. So if I go to H6, can you guess what it's going to do? I'm going to change this to H6. And while I'm doing this, I want you to guess what you think H6 is going to do. H6, I hope you guessed it's going to make it smaller, because that's what it's going to do. It's going to make it smaller. So that's what the H1 through H6 does. I'm going to go back to H3 so it says the same thing. Now, it's the next phrase here is, I'm so pleased you are here. And next to pleased, right here, you have this EM/EM. Well, where does that come from? I gave it to you right here. M defines where you want a text to be emphasized. It appears in italics. So essentially, EM, or emphasis, is an italics thing. And look what it does. It gives you pleased, the word pleased, in italics, because I said start italicizing here, EM, and then slash italicize me, or slash EM is stop italicizing. So that's the last thing I want you to get out of this lesson before you start coding, which is almost all of your tags, you have to turn them on and you have to turn them off. You have a tag, and then you almost always have a slash tag. Won't be every single time, but in this lesson, it'll be every time. So if I put in a head, I have to do slash head. If I put in a body, I have to do slash body. If I put in P, I have to put slash P. H3, I have to put slash H3. There's a whole second page here of information. I want you to format this and then go take a look at it. And you're going to take a look at it where it says Hello World Basic Web Page. And that's not what it says. That's because I have to do a special thing to see this. I have to go in here and I have to add this text right here, second page.html. So to look at this page, basic web page, I have to click up here, go to the end, and I have to add slash second page.html. I have to spell it exactly the same way. See where it says second page with a capital P.html? If I add that at the end, right here, second page.html, see where I'm adding it? Add it at the end, it will make my browser show that page. How do I know it's true? I will change this to here is, this is 2ND, right? Second web page. Look what happens. My tag takes in second web page. I can change the hello world to welcome to my second web page. And if I go back in there, welcome to my second web page. You're going to add content. What are you going to do? Over here it tells you what you're going to do. You're going to give me, using your storyboard as your guide, you're going to give me 2 pages with 4 tags on each, okay? 2 pages, 4 tags. You're going to make sure they work. Wait, mister, what do I put? What content do I use? You go back to your storyboard. And here's your storyboard where you have, here's a perfectly good title. I could make a page about volleyball. I could put in my text about volleyball. I could put in my picture from volleyball. Don't put your picture in yet. We'll do the picture later on, okay? Show you how to put pictures in a different lesson. You can jump ahead if you want, but that's where you're going to always, for these lessons, you're going to draw your content from your, what's here, okay? Your content's going to keep coming in from this web page right here, all right? Once that's done, you're going to go up here in Coding Rooms and click Submit. Once you click Submit, I'll know, and hopefully know, and go in and give you a good grade. If you're ready to go on to the next assignment, there's another video for the next assignment. Take a look at the video, try the next assignment. If not, sign up for tutoring, send me an email, reach out to me, and I'll be able to provide all the help you need. I hope that video helped you, and thanks so much for watching.